What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Double B here, back with another video. As always, before we get started, just would appreciate it if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe. Since today's date is November 20th, you can just comment the number 20 down below in the comments. Much appreciated. Before we get into today's picks for the NBA, we're just going to do a quick recap on Monday Night Football. I did not have a video last night for the NBA. Just was not able to, didn't have any picks at the time the night before, for the lines that were up. There wasn't too many that I liked, so didn't have a video. So like I said, this recap will just be for Monday Night Football. We had 2 plays in the video, and then I added a play in the pinned comments which hit. So we went 3-0 total on our straights. So we'll do a quick recap on that. So the first play here, we had Nico Collins over 25.5 longest reception. That cashed. Should have cashed the first play of the game. My read was pretty good here. He didn't go over his receiving yards. He went over his longest reception, though. But to be fair, he should have went over his receiving yards as well, like I said, on the first play. But they just had a stupid penalty called. But either way, like I said, we cashed that. And the next play here was a sweat-free builder. Joe Mixon, anytime touchdown. Joe Mixon, 50-plus rush yards. And Nico Collins, plus 40 receiving yards. So, again, another sweat-free cash. Very good play here. And then from the video, my added play was John Michie, over 15.5 receiving yards. He cashed on the first drive. He had a 16-yard catch. So, overall, a really good Monday Night Football. So, I'd like to continue that momentum, roll that momentum into the NBA. So, I have 4 picks for you guys today. 3 just player prop straights. And then I have, it's a mini builder. It's a 2-leg builder. It's really a straight. But I just had to add something onto it just to, lower the juice a little bit. But I'll go over that when we get to that. But the first pick here is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo over 30.5 points. Yes, the line is high. This is over at DraftKings at -110. But he really can't get a better matchup than what he's getting. So Giannis is over this number in his last 7 games at home versus the Bulls. He's notorious for killing the Bulls. He's been, for the last couple of years, he's been over 30.5 points. And then I have this chart here that I use from, it's called the PropMadness.com. It's really useful. So basically, I'll just pull this up here for you guys. So this is his player shot chart. So you see here, 71% of his shots come from the restricted area. And then, as you can see in the next slide here, the opponent's defense, which is the Bulls, they are ranked 30th, which is last in the NBA in restricted area points they allow. So, yeah, that's, it's, like I said, you can't ask for a better matchup than that. His player type also is, he scores, a lot of his points in transition as well, Giannis does. And the Bulls play at the fastest pace in the NBA. So, fast pace leads to a lot of transition points. So, it's a really good matchup. Like I said, the number is definitely high, but it's high for a good reason. And I do think he can hit this number. The Bucks, they're off to a slow start this season. So, they need every win they can get. Damian Lillard's back in the offense, so hopefully that they'll have some type of some type of rhythm. They can start stringing some wins together, and it starts with Giannis, scoring. So like I said, can't ask for a better matchup here for Giannis here. So really like the spot for Giannis tonight against the Bulls. And then my next play here is going to be another superstar, is Steph Curry. Not playing his points, playing his threes at over 4.5 threes at DraftKings. Little juice, -130, but I think it's definitely worth the price. Still playable as a straight. So, again, another great matchup here. I can show you, again, this is a the other chart, again, that I use from PropsMadness.com. So as you can see here, this is his player type, pick and roll ball handler. But this is his best shooting zone above the break 3, which this is this green chart right here. And as you can see, he shoots 52% of his shots from above the break. And then if you go over to the opponent's defense, they're ranked last in above the 3. They allow the most points scored from above the 3. The Hawks in general allow the most threes per game as a team. And as you can see, I mean, the chart, look at this. They're dead last in above the break threes. They're fourth worst in the corner, and then they're 5th worst in the other corner. So yeah, basically it's raining threes against the Hawks. So you can't go wrong with taking any player's 3 props against the Hawks. Oh, why not take the best shooter ever in Steph Curry? He the last game he played against Atlanta last year, he dropped 10 threes. I think he was shot like 10 for 23. So he was chucking. Again, that was last year, but you know, it's still a great matchup for him. So I really like Steph Curry to have a great game tonight versus the Hawks. So this one here is my builder, which I was talking to you guys about. So this is the play is Zach LaVine over 4.5 rebounds, but it was like minus 148. So I just threw Giannis 20 plus points, which he's hit that over in every game this year so far. And as I explained earlier, I already really love his 30.5 points, so definitely think he can get 20 points as well. And this just brought the builder to minus 118. So just, you know, do a quick little rundown on why I like LaVine's play. So basically he's over this number in 4.5, the number of 4.5 rebounds in his last 4 out of 5 games, and he's already went over this number, getting 5 rebounds versus the Bucks earlier this year. The Bucks do allow the most rebounds per game, like in general, but more specifically, they allow the 6th most rebounds to small forwards and the 5th most rebounds to shooting guards, which is where Zach LaVine primarily plays those 2 positions. So, like I said, really love that spot for Zach LaVine. Like I said, you can really pair it with anything you like. You know, if you weren't on Giannis, you know, you could use, you know, a money line if you think the Bucks are going to win. You know, use their money line, or the Cavs, Golden State. You know, just a big favorite. But like I said, I just like Giannis. Like I said, I'm already playing his points 30.5, so you know, might as well just throw his 20 plus in there, just to, you know, bring down the juice a little bit. Minus 118 is definitely playable for sure. So yeah, and that will bring us to our last play of the video, which is going to be Alperen Sengun over 20.5 points. That's over at FanDuel. So if you've been betting on him, you know, last couple games, you've been getting burned, right? He's been under this line in 4 straight games. So he hasn't been, you know, he had a couple, I think he had 2 27 and like a 25-point game earlier in the year. But ever since then, like I said, last 4 games, he's been under this line. But I think if it's going to change, it's going to be tonight against the Pacers. So it's a really good matchup for him. Indiana, they allow the 7th most points to the pick and roll man, which that's what Sengun is. Sengun, I think that's how you say his name, or Sengun. But yeah, that's where he, you know, primarily plays. You know, that's his, you know, that's what he does in the pick and roll. And they also allow Indiana allows the 5th most points in the restricted area, which is where Sengun takes 51% of his shots. So, like I said, a very good game for him to get right and get out of his scoring slump. And also another thing to note is Jalen Green is questionable with an illness. So if Jalen Green doesn't even play, I like it even more, of course. But even if Jalen Green is in, it's still, you know, I'm playing this as Jalen Green is playing. I'm not playing this because I think he's not going to play. I'm playing it as Jalen Green is still in the game. But, of course, if Jalen Green is ruled out, that's even better. But even if Jalen Green plays, I still love this spot. He's definitely due to have a good scoring game. And, yeah, I think this is a really good game for him to, you know, bounce back and get out of this slump that he's in. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, those are my 4 plays for tonight, November 20th. So if I have any more added plays, definitely check the pinned comments out. And of course, if you follow me on Twitter, they will be on Twitter as well. That my Twitter will be in the YouTube video description down below. So yeah, like I said, just keep on the lookout for that. Like I said, appreciate if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Other than that, best of luck. Hopefully you guys hit some bets. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.